Were you, or were you not, on a gay cruise?
No, you're 120% dick pic.
Everybody at that age, they're sperminator.
Yeah.
We don't care about anything else. We're walking hard on looking for a hole.
That's. I have to say you're right on that one. Oh, my God.
A stiff breeze comes through the room, and you return the favor.
Gonorrhea. No. Somewhere on the outside of this building, there is a hole where squirrels come in.
Better than a hole where dicks come in.
Yeah, better than that.
Going down the stairs to wash the laundry. What the hell? Shh. Pizza. Stop it now. I order you to stop. I'm still touching myself.
Yeah!
All young bitches want to do is pop pills, smoke weed, get drunk, lay around, suck dick, eat hot Cheetos, charge their phone, get a sew and weave, twerk, be bisexual, eat McDonald's, wash they pussy in the sink, lie, take selfies, and talk shit through Wi-Fi because they phone never on.
I think washing they pussy in the sink is my favorite part. The Vietnamese trade in dongs. Figuratively and literally, I'm sure.
Oh, my God, that's hilarious.
I did decide to look it up. 500,000 dongs is a good night for Pop's ex.
Like most women, he's an emotional thinker.
Good God.
I mean, that's part of the problem we're having now in our society is we have a bunch of emotional thinkers that want the world to, to fall in line with their emotions. That's not... look, reality doesn't give a shit about emotions.
It's my lived truth. Fuck your lived truth.
No, it's not. It's your perspective.
Kiss my ass.
Literally like, hey, Sergeant Pop, you got to turn your bear suit. I'm like, over my dead body. No. Just give me a statement of charges. Yeah. You're never getting this back. Yeah. You can suck it.
I'm going to wear this with my Russian coat.
you will bury me in this. Hey! Why you gotta fucking be like that, man?
Because I'm an asshole, and I learned from the best. I'm sitting across from him, and I'm pointing at you with all four fingers.
All right, first of all, the Russian jacket is World War II surplus.
I'll send you a picture of it, Sarge.
Yeah, okay.
I got you standing wearing it with holding two giant buckets like you just collected all the chum from behind the dump dumpster at the bar, and you're going to go home and make ice cream out of it.
What's up, savages? Welcome to another episode of Grunt Speak that actually is live from the lair. And today we're going to be talking about irresponsible spending in regards to what our country has been up to for quite some time. We give virtually every country on the planet money. Why? I have no idea. Do you think that money is being used for what it's supposed to be used for? I don't think so. In fact, you can probably trace a lot of this money that we've been sending to every country on the planet to, I don't know, war, propaganda, and all kinds of craziness that's been going on. And it seems to be getting worse. Now, yeah, we got rid of USAID because that was the CIA funneling machine that they're using to, I don't know, erase people and do crazy stuff that they can't get away with going through the legitimate government. So they went to the illegitimate swamp government that we seem to have operating. Now, at some point, this is not going to go well for certain individuals, especially if they really are successful at taking the American economy. There's going to be a lot of angry people. And let's just say their hearts will be filled with terrible resolve. And we're going to get into that right here. We're going to do a little whiteboard math. So listen, I'm telling you right now, you're going to get pissed. So pour yourself the menagerie. At a minimum, have a beer. At a minimum, because I have a feeling you're going to need it. All right, bring it in. Let's go there, Battle Dwarf.
Hang on, I'm getting something.
Shoestring budget.
No, not shoestring budget exactly, or per se. We lost a guy tonight.
Yes, we did.
We lost a guy yesterday. And let's see, save image, G-Ski. You know more about this than I do. Give me some background on G-Ski real fast.
Oh, he's been watching the show for a long time. He was a contributor. You know, we didn't always get along, but all of his arguments were spot on because this dude was walking around with, 130 plus IQ. All right. And, we didn't agree on some stuff, but he ripped apart my arguments. And listen, you can't get mad at that. You just kind of go,
yep.
Okay. All right, I'm done. I've been humbled. We're not worthy. But
that's one of the best parts of our show is we don't play fucking touchy-feely.
No.
You can't graze my ball sack like that bullshit.
No. Even Battledorf and I argue on camera in front of people.
We argue off camera all the time. All the time.
But yeah, he took the Rainbow Bridge, and all I could say is I hope he's holding the seat for me in Valhalla because that dude had a warrior mentality. Solid dude.
I'm struggling. The individual who prefers to remain anonymous that has been giving this information sent me an image of him to share. And here.
We're trying to get it up there for you.
Yeah. And boop, there we go. This is our man G-Ski.
G-Ski.
R.I.P. brother. He's only 50 years old, man.
Here's to you, brother.
But yeah.
But on a good note, we have another live saved. We just got an email today. We're gonna put it together and read it on the air either this Thursday or next week. So that'll put us
at 2 more, shouldn't there?
It should be 2 more. That'll put us at 606. 606.
We have to find a way. Once we get to 665, we have to find a way to get 2 guys to come in at the same time. Because I'd really like not to sit on 666 for too long. I'm just saying.
That dude will get an award.
Yeah.
He'll be like, I'm sorry, man. It's a fucked up number, but
yeah.
I wish I wrote down the number 13.
Number 556 was good. That was funny.
Yeah.
But yeah. That'll be awkward. Anyway, let's get back to the Bo Chiat with this thing here. Your government, which hasn't been yours in quite some time, sorry to tell you, Not that we ever discuss that matter on this show in any way, shape, or form.
No.
Disclaimer, federal agents, we are not going to do anything silly. We're old and we don't do any silly shit anymore. We're just talking. So
Correct.
don't get any silly ideas about us having any silly ideas, because we don't have any silly ideas anymore. We're just out here, two old dudes bullshit.
We're the secondhand lions.
But you guys are bullshit. You're bullshit. And I'm calling bullshit on all of you. Look, we have covered the foreign aid to countries before, but I went after the military aid this time.
This is above and beyond the foreign aid.
This is just the military aid, only the military aid, money for weapons specifically, defense systems, and funding for military programs. Okay, the United States government provides the following top-tier recipients with major combined aid and arms. I'm going to start at the bottom. Jordan, significant federal military financing, around $1.65 billion per year under the current memorandum of agreement, plus economic support funds, reflecting its role as a regional stabilizing partner.
Now, hang on. Isn't Jordan share a border with Israel?
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, if you read the Bible, you know this. They go back and forth all the time there.
I'm just saying, we're giving billions to somebody on the other side of the border and billions to... okay.
But wait!
There's more!
But wait! If you buy now, there's more! Egypt, roughly $1.3 billion per year in foreign military financing, plus smaller amounts of economic and developmental assistance, a legacy of the Camp David Accords framework alongside Israel, which dates back to the 70s, if I am not mistaken.
Now, hang on a minute. Are we or are we not $38 trillion in debt?
We are somewhere around $38 trillion in debt.
Why in the fuck are we handing out this kind of money when we can't even pay our own fucking debts?
Because our government is no longer our government, and has
I know. Listen,
no interest in the United States of America or its citizens at all.
Correct. Which has been proven by the infestation of illegals, giving away your Social Security and other welfare monies to illegal aliens. I'm going to just be honest. It is my opinion that the elections are now called selections.
Yes.
They're not being held. The people that we do select to represent us actually they think they're leading us, but somehow they show up with maybe $20,000 in the bank, and 8 years later, they're worth $8 million.
Let's face it. Just objectively speaking, Ilhan Omar, AOC, Barney Frank, Ayanna Pressley, and a host of others are just not likable people. In daily life, I would avoid these people at all costs just because they annoyed me.
Yeah.
And somehow they're in office because they got elected because they were the popular vote. I'm going to go with no.
Yep.
Or Bernie Sanders, whose only accomplishment is being thrown out of a hippie commune for being too lazy.
And I believe his wife bankrupted a college.
Yeah. Okay, so that right there shows you that you don't really have much in the way of elections. But your federal government, in the meantime, is literally shoveling with a big fucking Michigan snow shovel. If you've ever seen one of those, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Okay, shoveling your cash out the door.
They rival the ones in Minnesota.
Yeah. Yep.
This is unbelievable.
Anyway, where were we? Oh, yes, we were just getting to, and this is going to get us yelled at, and I don't give a fuck. Okay, because you can make it anybody you want. You can make it the Oompa Loompas. You can make it the Bullshitians from Bullshitia. It doesn't matter because it's still happening. These are facts. Deal with it. Stuck in a buttercup.
Oh, hang on. Bullshitians.
Bullshitians from Bullshitia.
Uh-huh.
That is our new generic country so that people don't cry when we say things like Ukraine or Israel.
Correct.
Because these facts apply no matter what, okay?
Yeah,
It doesn't matter who the people are that those facts apply to. The facts apply.
Yeah.
So I don't want to fucking hear it. Okay. Ukraine, since 2022, has received tens of billions in combined security assistance, weapons, ammunition, air defense systems. I remember you saying some green beanies, were bitching because all their Carl Gustavs went to Ukraine for some reason.
Well, the javelins, Gustavs,
Mhm.
a whole bunch of 155 rounds, especially the 155 rounds that have the laser seekers on it. Like a lot
Those are like, aren't those like
The-
$95,000 a piece?
they're very expensive. And the number that's being bounced around in hushed tones in regards to Ukraine is $90 billion since 2022 in arms, direct money, arms, and other aid. Now, I have a caveat. When the USSR fell, Ukraine had a boatload.
Right up against my packet. Keep
Stand
going.
by. Stand by.
We're
Let me
going to
finish.
fucking argue on camera.
They had a boatload of nuclear weapons. They had a very large arsenal. And we promised them that, hey, we'll protect you from Russia if you give us the weapons. They gave us the weapons. So hang on. I have, am I still mad about the 90 billion? Yes, I am. But we should, as a country, honor our fucking word. All right, go ahead.
You can tell I'm sitting here.
It's like,
Look, when the Soviet Union fell, a lot of the satellite states did have small nuclear weapons. Russia kept its big ones inside its borders. They weren't stupid.
Mhm.
But some of that stuff ended up on the black market. A lot of nobody knows where any of that is. It's mentioned briefly in Lord of
Israel.
War. It's mentioned briefly in Lord of War.
Pakistan.
I'm gonna fucking mute you. And Victor Bout, the actual Lord of War that we traded for a trans basketball player. Yes, that actually happened. We traded the Lord of War.
That was
We
so
traded
dumb.
the Lord of War for a fucking mentally unstable basketball player who was mediocre at best.
Yeah.
A lot of those weapons were sold off to like Pop is correct. Israel, Pakistan. I wouldn't be surprised if India got some. I wouldn't be surprised if China got some. North Korea did not get any.
Okay.
I may or may not have reasons to know precisely that information.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Anyway, don't make me tell a Korea story. I'm trying not to tonight.
Let's not do that.
Let's not do that tonight. Anyway, a bunch of people, and they went into the arms market. All of those small arms and everything went all over Africa into those wars. I mean, Lord of War made that very clear.
Oh yeah.
That was accurate. But the nuclear stuff, we got some of that material. We did get some of that material. Did we get the weapons? I personally never saw any evidence that we actually got any nuclear weapons of any consequence from that region.
Well,
were they there? We know they were there.
It could be part of the uranium that we gave Iran.
I mean, I could shit in a shoe and sell it to somebody for uranium and they might believe me. So we don't know is what I'm saying.
Yeah, we know.
What I'm getting at is that's just speculation.
Yeah, this is theory and conjecture.
Yes.
But that nuclear stockpile went somewhere.
It went somewhere.
It didn't just disappear.
No.
Something that has that much destructive power is not being dumped in an ocean somewhere to be forgotten about.
There is another factor that does not get talked about. Okay. A lot of the Soviet Union's satellite states' militaries were not well looked after. They weren't. The equipment was in shit state. They had for every 1,000 T-72s they had, I think only 300 of them were ready to go.
Yeah.
At any given time.
1/3, 2/3, yeah.
Yep. Their frogs, their free rocket over ground. How do you
Yeah,
explain a
the
frog? How
old
do you explain a frog
MLRSs.
to a civilian? Those were all rusted out and going to shit.
Mhm.
Um, and a lot of their other systems were just kind of down and off,
They were not maintained.
not maintained. And I would bet you that, like some of the equivalent to our Minuteman and a couple of the smaller nukes that we had on hand.
Mhm.
I don't remember any of that shit anymore. God, it's been 23 years since I had to remember that kind of OB. Order of battle. Um, I would bet you a lot of that stuff had degraded and wasn't combat effective. Did we take it if we could?
Oh,
Probably.
yeah. Oh, fuck yeah.
It's a safe bet that we
Oh,
took it
yeah.
if we could. The UK probably got some of it. France probably surrendered at least once at the thought of it. The Spaniards attempted to molest it at some point.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah. They're known for that.
Yeah. And the Italians probably got one and then were sad about it. Anyway, yeah, that whole shit show after 1993, 1994, there was a lot of that stuff going on. But yes, Ukraine was the main stockpile for the Western Front. Well, it would have been the Russian Eastern Front or Western Front. It would have been our Eastern Front.
Mhm.
Um, that was the main stockpile for a lot of their shit when Ukraine was.
Also, when World War II ended, oh, a lot of Ukraine was full of warehouses from a lot of that surplus material. I mean,
Now,
they purposely kept it there just in case another front opened with another fight with the West.
I think we're steering kind of far away, but this history bears on what we're going to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
People need to remember that what is now Ukraine was not always Ukraine. Okay. Odessa, the port on the Black Sea, Odessa, and the city of Kiev are ancient fucking cities. There was a Kiev before there was a Moscow.
Mm-hmm.
There were Russian Vikings, the Rus. Odessa and Kiev were their headquarters. Okay, so we're talking 1,600 years of people living in these areas. But so they didn't like being colonized by the Soviets. Now what we've got there is a big fucking mess. And frankly, this bears back on the original topic that we started with here. It's a big old case of not my pig, not my fucking farm.
Yeah.
Specifically because of the history that I just discussed. These people have been at this for a very long time. Not as long as the Middle East, not 6,000 years, but at least 1,000 years and probably 2,000 years.
I would say on and off for about 1,500 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because before that, they had like maybe, fish. There's a lot of fishing, but there wasn't a lot of trade moving. I mean, there's probably a decent amount, but not like today.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Well, today,
The Black Sea?
no, stand by. What I'm saying there is the amount of trade that was taking place was nothing compared to the amount that takes place today.
That's true across the globe, though.
Fair enough.
But Odessa was the biggest trade port in the Black Sea. It always has been. That is a critical point. It's got a naturally defensible harbor, and it's been operational for, like we just talked about, at least 1,500 years.
Yeah.
It's been sitting there for quite a while. Anyway, back to the whole, we gave Ukraine a lot of money for what? Tens of billions in combined security assistance, weapons, ammunition, air defense systems, and direct budgetary economic support, along with humanitarian aid. This includes both presidential drawdown authority transfers from the United States stockpiles and longer-term procurement funding. Let me spell this out for you for the kids who don't understand what the fuck I just said. Okay? Drawdown authority transfers. We would brack bases. We would close bases. Fort Ord is a big example.
Yeah, actually, I like Fort Ord.
Fort Ord was fucking awesome. The mount site there is fantastic. Impossible City. Did you ever do that one?
Yes.
That's pretty awesome. At any rate, I got shot there twice. With Sims, but I still got shot. When we close those bases, all of the equipment has to go somewhere.
Yep.
So basically, anytime we close anything, the presidential staff would get that information from probably SecDef/SecWar and the National Security Council and put it into a packet, fill it all out, and put a signature block at the end and run it by the president's desk where he would chop off on it. The president doesn't read stuff like that.
Oh, no.
You can't there. He just doesn't read stuff like that. He's not going to.
At best, they're going to be like, okay, there was, $115 million worth of equipment at Fort Ord.
We're sending a bunch of equipment. Yeah.
And then he's like, okay. And then he'll be like, just go send it where it needs to go. And then you have the officers and the colonels.
Yeah, he might summon an aide. Sydney, come here. Look at this for a second. Does this look right to you? Yes, sir. Okay, sign it.
And that's it.
And that's it. So billions of dollars of equipment just strolls out the door. I wish I had access to that pipeline because I'd really love to get some presidential signatures on some equipment.
And a lot of that takes place through the DRMO yards.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And like literally, I have seen equipment show up brand new.
Yes.
And then like, well, it's obsolete. It literally, we don't even unpack it. We send it to the DRMO.
Yes.
Where it gets sold for pennies on the dollar.
Correct. You can find some really good shit at auctions. I am carefully watching several auction sites right now for an old 1953 deuce and a half.
Mm-hmm. But if that is your business and you know people, you can equip an army minus the actual weapons with what you can get from a DRMO.
Yes.
Uniforms, boots, racks.
That includes all the armor. That includes all the armorer's tools too.
Yeah, everything.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you get all of that, and then you find yourself a Victor Bout who has the weapons, and then now you've got yourself an army. That's how they were doing a lot of that shit in Africa.
Yeah.
So anyway, no shit. There we were, hip deep in soju caps. This transfers from the U.S. stockpiles and longer-term procurement funding. That's what we were just talking about. That's what's going on there. I need you to process this as we're talking about it. We're talking about millions and millions and millions and millions and billions of your dollars going overseas to fund foreign wars. Okay, and I haven't even gotten to the big one yet.
Yeah, and just imagine, we're sending billions overseas to fund wars.
Yeah.
And then we're sending billions to deal with with the tragedy and the compassion and all of the victims and refugees. Like, why don't we just fucking stop?
Yes.
I mean, come on.
You know what's interesting? Those refugees never seem to go away.
Yeah.
They seem to just keep coming. It's like there's an infinite supply of refugees somehow.
Mm.
Because you got to keep funding it, right? So we need infinity refugees.
Yeah.
That's a very interesting concept.
Infinity refugees. Yeah.
Let's get to the first name in this list of top tier recipients of major combined aid and arms. This is the one that's going to get everybody to call us names, and we don't give a fuck. Call them bullshittians, okay?
Yeah.
But they all happen to live in Israel.
No, hang on. We're just saying this right now. I don't have any problem. I have no problem with the Jewish religion or people from Israel. I don't. As an American, I'm tired of fucking paying for it.
No more blood and treasure. No more of our blood and treasure. No
more of our blood and treasure. And as it stands now, because the United States has become so cozy with Israel, it's going to affect the recruiting numbers, because there's all kinds of guys who are like, I'm not enlisting in the military to fight for Israel.
I'm not going to fight somebody else's war. I'm just not. I am not interested in fighting somebody else's war. I took an oath to the United States of America and the Constitution.
And this isn't a hate thing.
It's not. It's just fuck off.
This is just reality here.
This is good old fashioned fuck off. We need you to come fight our war for us. No, fuck off.
No,
that's it. That's the whole conversation.
Yeah. If you want me to throw boots back on, and go over there and sling lead, you're going to have to pay me top dollar. Top dollar.
I'm still at this point. Why did my voice just crack? At this point, I still am not doing it.
I get it.
I am fed up. You started this shit 6,000 years ago because the people who live in what is now Israel, which was only founded in 1948, don't give me that shit. It's founded in 1948. Okay. The state of Israel that we're dealing with today, 48. The people who live there, however, have been going at it with the Persians all the way back to Darius, which is 6,000 years ago.
I would argue even farther back.
That's the writing that we have, okay? Recorded history tells us that these two peoples have been shit-starting for 6,000 years. Okay. I don't want a part of your fucking schoolyard grudge. I'm not interested.
Mm-hmm. You're not wrong.
Fuck off already.
This is
no,
historic.
You can't have any toys. You broke all your toys 6,000 years ago. By far, the largest recipient of U.S. military aid, receiving roughly $3.3 to $3.8 billion annually in foreign military financing under the 2019 and 2028 MOU. Oh, good. It's good for 2 more years. I'm going to have a blood vessel go. Plus additional supplemental packages notably expanded after October 2023. Nearly all of Israel's FMF is required to be spent on U.S.-made weapons, and it also gets missile defense funding from Dome, David Sling, and economic security cooperation support. Let me unpack this for you, because I know what this says. Nearly all of Israel's foreign military financing, the money we give them, is required to be spent on U.S.-made weapons. And it also gets missile defense funding. Now, this was expanded in October of 2023. Right?
Yes.
The year before the election, Trump did not take office until January of 2025. This was done under Biden. To me, this reads as a preemptive act by the military-industrial complex. Because, let me read that sentence one last time. Nearly all of Israel's FMF is required to be spent on U.S.-made weapons. This is defense contractors making sure they get their money. It's a funnel. It's money laundering.
Money goes over there.
Yes.
They have to then use that money that we gave them to buy our weapons, and then they're going to incur debt. And after a few cycles of this, I am sure if we look back at the record, we probably forgave some of that debt.
Yes, that's already happened.
So, yeah, this is some bullshit here.
This is a lot of backdoor deals.
Yeah.
This is a lot of deals made on golf courses. This is a lot of agreements made over stakes at the Palm in Washington, D.C. And if you don't know what the Palm is, I don't know if the Palm is even still open, but the Palm is where all of the high-level guys closed deals over like $300 steak dinners. And that was 20 years ago.
Yeah.
I don't know if the Palm is still open, but if it is, that's where a lot of shit goes down. And I learned that from a freaking SES, a senior SES guy at a meeting one day, because he was talking, oh yeah, we'll just settle it at the Palm. I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? He's like, oh, you don't know the Palm? I'm like, oh.
And here's another thing. As an American, I don't have a problem selling weapons as long as they pay full price for them and they don't buy them on debt from us.
And they don't use our money to do it. Get your own money. You don't get to use my tax dollars to buy your weapons.
Yeah. I mean,
no.
Yeah, that's a big no.
$3.8 billion per year.
And can you imagine how much less pressure Israel would have to deal with if we quit giving billions of dollars to all of the adversaries around them?
Yeah.
It's kind of like taking fuel out of the fire.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just utterly ridiculous. Now, those are the 4 major countries that we give the most aid to. Jordan, Egypt, Ukraine, and Israel. Ukraine is new to the stack, but other recipients do include Taiwan, Poland, Iraq, Colombia, and the Philippines. Pop and I can both vouch for Colombia. Korea gets its fair share as well, I happen to know. I don't know how much Iraq is getting these days, but yeah.
During the war, they got a lot of money.
Oh no, yeah, absolutely. For that period of time, for those 20 years, they absolutely. I believe they got some back in the 80s as well.
If you want to see just waste,
yeah,
you just walk around in a war zone, and it was unbelievable how much money was just getting wasted.
Yes.
I mean, I remember them wheeling into our fob at Abu Ghraib some Hiluxes, the bulletproof Hiluxes.
Those are so awesome. That's another item on my list that I want. I would like a Hilux and a deuce and a half.
Well, they had like lightly armored Hiluxes with heavy weapons on them, and various other
technicals
SUVs that were, bullet resistant.
A lot of older Range Rovers.
Yeah, and they got damaged out on sector. Mm-hmm. We wheeled them back into Abu, and it got to the point where we had a small fucking parking lot of about 30 or 40 of these fucking vehicles, and these companies would just write them off. And they were still there when we left. They just bought more. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, there's tires got shot out. Fuck it. Leave it behind.
Let's buy a new one. Well, the United States, every time the United States leaves a war zone, and we did this starting in World War I,
we leave a bunch of shit
behind. We leave behind the trucks, the carriages, all the equipment. It's easier to leave it behind than it is to ship it back. It's less expensive. They were pushing helicopters, famous photos of pushing helicopters over the side in the harbor.
Yeah, when they were leaving Vietnam.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's a real thing. We found stuff in I forget what camp. I think it was Camp Henry. They abandoned Camp Henry, and we're just going to close it down. And when they did that, they just took all of the people and anything sensitive out. We went in there, and Pop, you'll understand the joy here. We found a whole pallet of brand new, never opened camo poles.
Ooh.
For the camo netting.
That is a very, very top-notch trading item.
That is a high-value trading item in any infantry unit.
Oh, yeah. You can get all kinds of shit with that.
Yeah. A whole pallet. We were going through it, and I found like an armor box for targeting system for MLRS. ML635 was there, the Divardi.
Mm-hmm.
And I got a little box thingy that was pretty nice. But one of the guys goes, hey, sir. And the captain goes running over. He goes, look at this. And he pulls the tarp back, and everybody goes, ooh.
And there's paperwork for that. It's called found on installation.
Correct. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have been that guy, and I found some cool shit in my career.
Yes. Yeah. You found it. It just goes back into the system.
Yeah.
And it works because it just goes back into the system and nobody cares.
I didn't steal or nothing. It just went back into the system, and I swapped it for stuff that I needed later on.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
I wish our government ran that way. They just waste shit.
The Army does. We're very efficient. The Army, if you leave the Army alone on an Army base, nothing will ever be stolen. It will just be reassigned to a different unit.
Yes. Yeah. You're so right.
Never stole anything when I was in the Army. Reassigned a bunch of shit.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm missing like freaking BII for a vehicle, all of a sudden Bravo companies light one BII load and our hand receipt's good.
That's right.
Yeah.
And then
nothing was ever stolen.
And they're swapping an extra buffer for somebody else who has extra BII.
Right.
They're short a buffer.
Exactly. Yeah. And hey, I'll throw in 2 buffer pads if you give me the bag for that too.
That's exactly how it goes. All right, we're going. We gotta.
No, this still all applies though, because we're still talking about supply chain here. Meanwhile, how does this whole supply chain thing work? Well, primary non-elected actors in the decision chain. Let's go over this. And this is something we also have discussed before. This is important to understand. The executive branch political appointees include Secretary of State, SecDef/SecWar, and the National Security Advisor and the Deputy National Security Advisors, except it doesn't because of what we mentioned before. These people at this level operate on the same principle as POTUS, as the president. Okay, these requests for activity, moving large amounts of money, moving large equipment, moving weapons, come in the form of a report that's like 2 inches thick or more. Often several binders like this. And they come with signature blocks in a couple of spaces to initial. And these guys will look at it briefly, call over their assistant. Fred, come here, look at this. Is this good? Yeah. Okay. And then they will have one of their assistants auto pen that shit.
And that is why the Pentagon hasn't passed an audit in almost 2 decades.
None of the senior advisors ever really read any of this material. Ask me how I know. Fuck it, I'll just tell you. I've seen it.
It's very similar to like a battalion commander when he takes over command and he's signing for the MTOW or MTO of all the equipment for the entire battalion.
He just trusts his fucking first sergeant and the first sergeant's guys.
Sergeant major, first sergeants, and senior enlisted make sure all that shit is squared away. Officers don't.
Officers don't do any of that shit.
They're the ones fucking holding the bag.
Yeah, exactly.
So
we had Albright and Cohen, who was SecDef at the time. Albright was Sec State. Came through the unit that I was in and didn't even know what we were.
Yeah.
They don't care. It's not their job, and it's not a brag of any kind. I'm pointing out
it's bullshit.
At that level, those officials don't know fucking anything.
And that's why I think veterans should be the ones running for office and getting these high-level jobs.
Yes.
Because we fucking care.
Yeah.
We've been on the ground. We know how shit works.
Yeah.
Some motherfucker who just got out of law school, who just ran for office, got in the government, is now making...
Never be allowed near any of that.
You know, fuck that guy.
Yeah. I mean, Pete Hegseth is the most qualified SecWar we've had in decades. If you want a warrior to be running warrior shit, Hegseth is the most qualified. The guy who should be SecWar should be a Delta Sergeant Major or 18th Airborne Corps Sergeant Major.
I'll take General Flynn.
I worked under him.
I know he's an ass. He's an asshole.
I would put him where he was. I would put him NSA. He was good there.
Okay.
But for the Warriors, I want a fucking warrior there. I'd love to see Tommy Franks there. He was a great general. I served under him in 2ID. He's the one who gassed the shit out of us all the time. It was basically a standing order. If they go out into the field, gas them once. Fuck you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Sir, fuck you. So anyway, that's the way this really operates. The non-elected actors in the decision chain. And a lot of this I called using AI because it helps me research faster, but I know what I'm looking for. So I know how to ask the questions and sort the shit. Okay, so the career bureaucratic agencies and actors. The Defense Security Cooperation Agency. What's that? State Department's Bureau of Political and Military Affairs. That's POA. We know, Pop and I know what they are. They're a pain in the dick, but they're the ones who manage the media perception of these things and how it's talked about in embassy circles and such.
Yeah, but what we're getting at here, without boring you all to death, is every single piece of equipment costs taxpayer dollars.
Yes.
And for instance, all of those shitty digital fucking uniforms we paid, I don't even know how many billions to get.
Digicam was garbage. That was a defense contractor.
Garbage. And whoever brought that up or what, those guys need to be investigated.
A defense contractor, the way I heard it, was a defense contractor blew somebody at Forcecom and at remember the project they had going in Texas called Force 2021 or something like that?
Yes. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah. A defense contractor successfully financially filleted somebody down there.
Yeah.
And that's how that happened. That's my understanding anyway. That's what I was told.
Is a bunch of money went in for these uniforms.
Yes.
The uniforms we got were absolute dog shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then they had to be swapped out. So these uniforms went to DRMO.
Yes.
And then, they're like, well, we're not using those anymore. So they're pretty much worthless to us, but not to another army.
Yeah.
They just scoop that shit up and send it over there. And we still paid for it.
Probably to Africa.
I don't know where it went, but it was the same thing with all of our old stuff. The BDUs, the DCUs, all that stuff, all of the old Alice equipment that I love. It's all gone.
I'm sorry, that's still the best gear. I still think that's the best gear.
Shit. Well, that's
you have to know how to put it together. You have to know how to use it, but it's still the best gear.
Yeah, but my thing is this: let's throw the first number out since we've been talking for almost an hour.
Wait. We have one last piece to get to, and then we're going to do exactly that because this is kind of important. Okay. First of all, the structural point worth flagging here is that a lot of this stuff goes through defense contractors and their lobbies. Lockheed Martin, RTX, General Dynamics, not part of the government, but they material shape the content of aid packages. What did we hear in the Israel thing? All of their money has to go into U.S. contractors. And there it is. Now, there's this thing that I didn't even know existed. I was today years old. Well, actually, I was 2 days ago years old. Defense Security Cooperation Agency. DSCA.
Never heard of them.
DSCA is the DOD agency. It's a fucking DOD agency that actually executes the mechanics of foreign military financing and foreign military sales. So, yeah, we've never heard of them. Why? Because they don't mention them. Why? So that they can sell millions of your dollars out the door.
Billions.
The office where policy decisions about armed country X turn into actual contracts, deliveries, and end-use monitoring. Founded in 1971, big shock, it provides financial and technical assistance, transfers of defense material, training, and services to allies, and promotes military to military contacts. Its legal authority derives from the Foreign Assistance Acts of 1961 and the Arms Export Control Act of 1976. This is all very recent bullshit, ladies and gentlemen.
Did you mean Bolsheviks?
This is all very recent.
There, I said it. Bolsheviks. Bolsheviks. Now drink.
That's fair. That's fair. This is all recent bullshit. But DSCA, nobody's ever heard of these people. Nobody's ever heard of this guy. I hadn't heard of him 2 days ago, and I freaking was hit.
This is the deep state that everyone's talking about.
That's exactly it. There's little offices inside of offices staffed by career bureaucrats.
Now, listen, I'm a realist, okay? And I understand that we're evil, hairless monkeys, and we love to kill each other. We really do.
Yes.
I'm not going to say it's a good thing. I'm not going to say it's a bad thing. It's just something that we fucking do. I got it.
Yes.
And we are never going to stop doing that.
Yeah.
My problem is simply this. We are $38 trillion in debt. Perhaps we should suspend a lot of this bullshit until we pay that down. And then we go back to killing each other or what the fuck they want to do.
Like good evil hairless monkeys.
I like, for the most part, I know lots of people who work for the, military industrial complex, and
most of the guys from my MOS go down.
Yeah, I mean it is what it is.
Yeah.
But the thing is there are levels of corruption going on here that need to be quashed, and we need to figure out a better way of doing this. And that's why I think we need to get our government back under control of the citizens of this country. Plain and simple.
Yeah.
All right. Now let's do the math.
We've completely lost control of our guy. Let's do
Yeah.
some redonkulous math.
All right. First of all let's just. How many U.S. citizens do we have? You said 265 million.
Okay, look, here's the way the numbers break down. If you get rid of the illegals
Mm-hmm.
and you get rid of the mass migration that was deliberate mass invasion, the human carpet bombing, the population of the United States is 266 million.
Okay. 266 million population.
Okay.
All right. All right. Now pull up that slide that has all of the money that was given to Israel since 1946 or 48.
Come back over here. Whoa, hey, look at this.
All right. Start off in 48.
Let's see here. See if I can make this bigger. That's
All right. No, you can't.
Okay. 48 there was nothing.
All right. So I'm looking at the numbers here. So it doesn't really get to a problem until roughly 1971.
Well, in 1967, the USS Liberty incident happened. That year, we gave them $7 million.
Correct. Now, in regards to the Liberty incident, you're going to hear all kinds of reports on it, and they're going to say, listen, they're covering that shit up, or they're lessening the impact.
Mm-hmm.
When I talk to you about the U.S. Liberty incident, I'm talking about the actual statements of the sailors who were on that ship, who were mercilessly fucking, gunned down,
Machine gunned,
and
they shot guys in the water.
Strafed by, high performance aircraft. That really happened.
Yep.
And I don't give a fuck what anyone says about it. That is some fucked up shit right there.
Yes.
Granted, they're Navy fucks, but I love those guys. I don't want to see them get strafed. That's bullshit.
They may be squids, but those are our squids. God damn it!
If anyone's gonna fuck with them, it's gonna be me. It'll be harsh talking to, followed by beer. That's it.
Yes.
Okay.
Leave the Chiefs alone, though. That never ends well.
No, they'll fuck you up.
Yeah, the Chiefs.
they know stuff.
And they know everyone.
All right. Now, if you go down there, it's, in 71, it starts off at 545 million.
545 million. Then the next year, it's 300 million, 307 million. And then in 1974, for some reason, we give them $2.4 billion.
$2.5 billion.
Yeah. And then from 1976 on, with the exception of 1977, we never give them less than $1 billion.
All right.
Now, this just continues to increase through the 80s and the 90s. By 2004, we're giving them $3 billion a year.
Mm-hmm.
And 2024, for one reason or another, we gave them $12 billion. I'm guessing that's all the missile systems.
Yeah. Okay.
I would guess that's the missile systems.
So, in total, how many billion are we talking about here?
Roughly 139 billion.
139 billion dollars.
Yep. Okay, so let's see here. This is the population. 139 billion.
So if you take 139 billion and divide it by the population of 266, it's going to be a big number. Stand by, shoestring budget.
Yep.
Okay, so we'll take 139
billion.
All right, and that's oh, god damn it, I fucked it up. 139.
Is your calculator big enough to handle that?
Yeah. There we go. 139 billion divided by 266 million.
Right.
Equals Every swinging dick in the United States is forked over $522.55. And you didn't even know that they were taking that out of your pocket.
Yep.
$500 fucking dollars.
$522 a year just for Israel's defense.
Correct.
That's a third of my bills for the whole month. To be completely honest, I live on very little. I like it that way. I'm comfortable. I have what I need, but that's a third of my bills for the month.
Yeah, and listen, I'm tired of paying for it.
Yeah,
I really am. Listen, why are we, as an American taxpayer, forking over this kind of money?
That's a lot of fucking money.
Because somebody wants to live in the Holy Land?
Remember that $500, that's every single living, breathing human being with the right to U.S. citizenship in the country.
Correct.
That means from the babies to the, geriatric who's 104 years old.
The guy teetering on the edge of oblivion.
That's not just the guys who are working. Now, let's math that a little further even. I would say roughly 45% of the country is actively working at any given time.
Okay.
So how do we math that?
Stand by. All right. So we'll take 266 million.
Yeah, let's get the real cost here.
Times 0.4. So roughly I fucked that up. It's 40% of 200. It's about 66.
66 million. Now divide that by that $139 billion number.
Yeah, that's holy fuck.
Yeah,
so that would be 133. 133 million would be half. And you take it down to another 13, 40%. Ooh, fuck, dude.
Yeah.
Times 0.4. So it's 106 million people are flipping that bill.
Okay.
So I'll write that down.
106 million.
400.
I got it. Yep.
All right. So we will take 139 billion. 1, 2, 3.
This should be pretty ugly.
2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Divided by 106.
You don't math as fast as you used to. You used to math faster.
Yes, I know. I'm old.
Okay.
Equals $1,306.39 per person of working age
per year.
That's what you're paying the average working American.
Why is the average working American shelling out $1,300 a year for a foreign country to fight their fucking wars? Remember, we're only talking about military expenditures. We are not talking about any kind of other economic
anything else. This is just military shit right here.
Fucking bullets and rockets.
Correct. Are you drinking yet? You should be drinking.
Here, let me help you, Bolsheviks.
There we go. Just imagine that.
Oh,
every year, they're attaching a $1,300 price tag to your ass that you have to pay. That you don't. I don't know about you, but I don't want to pay an extra $1,300 fucking dollars.
Yeah, I'm simply not interested in that.
And listen, that money's coming out of like income tax, and it's coming out of sales tax and tariffs, and
somebody in the comments says, "I wonder why our taxes are so high."
Correct. Yeah, because The powers that be want you to turn you into a feminine, ignorant, weak-willed idiot.
Yes.
Will just pay your bills, own nothing, and be happy.
Yeah.
They're taxing you into oblivion, and they're wasting your fucking tax dollars. Now, listen, like I've said it before, I don't have anything against Israel. I'm just tired of paying for it, and so should you.
This entire thing here is purely about why the fuck is our money going to fund foreign wars and who are the biggest offenders.
Correct.
Okay. I didn't put those names on this fucking list. They put those names on this fucking list. I'm just calling them out.
Now
Okay.
let's talk about the whole free Palestine stuff. All
Why?
right. Let's stand by. Just let me see what I have to say. Okay. Palestine ceased to exist when Israel came to power.
False.
Stand by. And it was a conquest of types.
True.
We've been doing that since the beginning of time. Is it a perfect answer? No. Does it fucking suck? Yes. Yes, it does. Okay. But that was almost, what 1940-ish? We're coming up on 80, almost 100 years ago. And that population hasn't been absorbed into any of the other surrounding countries for a reason.
Not only that, but most of the people who are living in Palestine right now are not the original inhabitants of Palestine
Correct.
at all. They're basically the desert equivalent of the people that hang out at Home Depot that people call Mexicans, but they're not. They're Oaxacans. They're the mountain people. Okay, the people who moved into Palestine in 1963, I think, under Yasser Arafat, are not Palestinians at all. They're like nomads that he brought in.
Bedouins.
No, the Bedouins are something else entirely. It's extremely complex.
I know, but
These
the Bedouins are nomads, and they're all over the place.
That whole region wasn't, except for Jordan and Syria, that whole region wasn't even civilized into cities until the early 1920s.
You're right.
When they discovered oil.
Yeah, oil changed the whole dynamic. What I'm trying to say is this. There is no right side. Both sides are fucked up. War is always fucked up on both sides. That's just the way it is.
The best comparison is their sand gypsies.
And I have been, in Iraq. I spent almost a year there. I saw the horrible bullshit that they fucking did.
Yep.
When I was working, in civil affairs and intel, all kinds of crazy shit came across my desk. And Islam, if it's been, pacified, meaning you can actually have it existing and operating in the West, it's probably not going to happen. Because in the Quran, slavery and rape is totally cool. Torture, totally cool. You can do whatever you want to somebody who's not of the faith. It is raw, unmitigated evil.
I'm not going to go down the whole litany. That's for another night entirely.
It is.
But you are not wrong.
But here's the thing.
Speaking.
This is what I'm trying to say is this has been a battle between these two factions going back thousands upon thousands of
6,000
years.
6,000 years that we know of in writing.
We interceded with, was it 3 crusades? And you can argue for a 4th. I'm fucking done. I don't want to spend any more blood and treasure from the American people.
I would like to note the fact that five of the 9 countries named as significant recipients of aid are in the Middle East, specifically around the Holy Land.
Correct.
Okay? 5 of them.
Yeah, listen, I'm tired of it.
This is somebody's biblical crusade or vendetta or whatever you want to call it. There's a book called Conquest Through Immigration, written in 1968 by George Robnett. that if you have not read it, you really should.
It's been mentioned
Conquest
on this. It's
Through
been
Immigration.
mentioned on the show a few times.
A few times. Yes, and I have gone through that with a fine-tooth comb. My copy is heavily marked up and tabbed and everything, and I have not been able to find an error at all in his writing so far.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to where we were.
But I mean, just think about that. Like, how much money this is.
Yeah, it's all of the money.
And there's people making these decisions for you that were never fucking elected.
Right. Let's find out who's making those decisions. Thank you. That's a good segue, Pop. Shut the fuck up now so we can get on with this.
All right.
Let's start with Jordan. Who's lobbying for all of this shit? Where does this come from? Why all of a sudden are these countries getting all of this fucking arms from us? Specifically arms. Remember, tonight we're only talking about the arms. Jordan, King Abdullah, the Jordanian government officials engaging directly, the Minister of State there, the Jordanian Embassy in Washington, D.C., Jordanian Armed Forces, their General Intelligence Directorate. I'm sure that's great. But there are no prominent NGOs from Jordan that do any of this. Jordan does this all thing. And remember, Jordan is one of the oldest nations in existence. It is mentioned all the time in the Bible from the very beginning. Okay. And it has always been there, and it has always been Jordan. So these people know how to negotiate. These people are not fucking slouches. To call them sniggers or whatever you want to call them is wrong. Do not underestimate the real Jordanians.
They're like the Persians, the proud people, very capable.
Yes.
Do not fuck with them.
Yes, exactly. The Ukrainians, well, of course, we've got Stumpy, Zelensky, their ambassador, Stefanyasha, that's the current ambassador to the U.S., a guy named Daniel Bolson, who is head director of public engagement at Razom for Ukraine, named among the Hill's top Washington lobbyists for 3 consecutive years. Daniel Bolson, I'll be looking into your stupid ass. Mikola Mursic, the director of Razom's advocacy team. What is Razom? Boop.
No idea.
Oh, I do now. There we go. Razom Advocacy is a branch of Razom for Ukraine committed to advancing policy for Ukrainian victory and to nurturing community engagement across the United States and the Ukraine. Oh, they're shekel grubbers. Big shock. Government affairs, public engagement, target legislation, and messaging guide. Here's all of their people. What happened to your face, dude? You got Mikhail Gorbachev's forehead on your cheek. Look at the honey traps. All of the girls are hot. They're anywhere from a 6 to an 8. That's just shocking.
It's a coincidence, obviously.
Ukraine, by the way, for those of you who don't know, provided a lot of the honey traps for the Soviet Union. Ukraine has a surplus of hot women, and surprisingly, so does Bulgaria, as I learned when I was over.
And Hungary.
Dude, I thought Bulgarian women, remember the Wendy's commercial where they're wearing the gray dresses and they're fat?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought Bulgarian women look like. I get over to freaking the other side of the planet, and Bulgarian women are like staggeringly hot. I'm like, what just happened? You just ruined my whole childhood, but I'm okay with that somehow.
Yep. And everyone watching this on Rumble, could you please repost this to your own channels?
Yeah. Yes, absolutely.
This out in front of more people.
Absolutely. So Ukraine has all of those organizations. Razom apparently is one to watch. Government agencies include the Ukrainian Embassy and the Ukrainian Ministry of Foreign Affairs, obviously. Now, they've got NGOs, Razom Action, U.S.-based advocacy group, American Coalition for Ukraine, Ukrainian Congress Committee of America, Atlantic Council Eurasia Center is a think tank publishing regular analysis favoring continued Ukrainian support, and a broader informal coalition of political and civil society actors. So they put this together. Bear in mind, it's 2026, right? This didn't start until 2022.
Okay.
All of this activity didn't start until 22. In 4 years. In 4 years, they assembled this. What does that tell you?
Well, number one, in my opinion, there was something already in place, and all they had to do was fill it out. There was already a warning order for this. It had
Yes.
already been prepared.
Mm-hmm. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is what happens when you study special warfare for a living. You recognize shit like this. They saw this coming, or they planned it and made it happen. One of the two.
Maybe a combination of both.
Maybe a combination of both. Egypt. Ed Royce, former chair of the House Foreign Affairs Committee, now a registered lobbyist for Egypt. Wait, what? That sounds like a contradictory and slightly treasonous position. Nadim Ashami, former chief of staff to Speaker Nancy Pelosi, also representing Egypt's interests to former colleagues. Now, for the people out there who think there's only one enemy in all of this against the United States, there are actual sincere enemies, our Bolshevik friends, the Chaicoms, okay? But there are the opportunists. The Muslims are just taking advantage of a situation. They're taking advantage of an easy situation. They're taking advantage of an easy kill, basically. Okay? And these countries that are preying off of our government to get money for these weapons and all of this stuff, they're just taking advantage. If you see a fat, rich guy sitting in his house in a country that has minimal laws and minimal security, and you're some wandering by foreign guy, you're going to go rob him.
Yeah.
History says you're going to rob him. Rome was looted in much the same way. In the end, Rome was looted in much the same way. So this is nothing new. It's just our turn.
It's happened before.
Yep.
It will
Egyptian General Intelligence Service. Oh, that's a big surprise. That was, remember, who was it? Sadat was assassinated? The Egyptian president. He was assassinated right in front of his own troops.
Correct. I've been to his actual grave.
Oh, that's right. You were over there with Bright Star.
No, it was the MFO.
Was it MFO?
Yeah. Which was a horrible mission, but what are you going to do?
Hey. The Egyptian Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the Egyptian Ministry of Defense, the NGOs working for Egypt, Brownstein, Hyatt, Farber, and Schreck, Egypt's most prominent representative, reporting over 3,400 lobbyists' activities since 20. Brownstein, Hyatt, Farber, and Schreck. Most prominent representative for their NGOs. I'm sorry. I feel as though there is a backdoor thing going between
No.
Egypt and
Palm
Israel.
greasing? No.
APCO Worldwide and Marathon Strategies, additional registered firms. Glover Park Group, separately retained at roughly $2 million per year. Between 2013 and 2025, a total of 13 firms conducted over 5,500 documented political influence activities on Egypt's behalf. There's something here. We haven't looked into Egypt before. I might look into Egypt and see if there is a show-worthy material there.
Mm-hmm.
Now, to the most expensive candidate on the list, who also, of course, has the longest list of people who are advocating for this. I got like a hair in my throat or something. It's driving me
I'm
bananas.
just doing a quick look up here. All right.
Mm-hmm.
And I just did average cost of one of these missile interceptors in the Iron Dome in Israel.
It's like $6 million, isn't it?
No, it's 40,000 to 150,000 per missile, depending upon the production batch.
About $6 million for the system. Otherwise, it's no use. One missile means nothing.
Yeah, and well, the Stunner interceptor costs roughly $1 million per launch.
See,
let's see. The Arrow 2 interceptor costs approximately $3 million, while high altitude Arrow 3 costs around $2.5 million to $3.5 million per launch. All right. So, I mean, every time one of these missiles goes off, we're paying for it here in the United States. Now, listen, it sucks. I'm sorry that they're in war. I have nothing. I don't.
Not our pig, not our farm.
Yeah, it's a bummer. I don't have to tell you.
Not our pig, not our farm. I'm just not interested. I don't care. I'm sorry. I'm actually not sorry. I'm not even a little bit sorry.
I'm sorry that there's a fucking war going on there. I don't want to see people get killed or anything, but I don't want to have to like fork out $1,300 fucking dollars a year for something I had no control over.
Yes.
And there's people out there like, well, you guys are a bunch of isolationists. And yes, I am. Until we get our budget fixed, until we fucking fix this whole illegal alien crap and get our economy on track, we don't need these fucking expenses. We need to cut them back.
Look, here's reality. The kind of foreign aid that we have today is not even 100 years old. It's probably 80 years old. Okay? Nobody in history has ever done this before. It is not isolationism to defend your country and not care what other people are doing. Okay? I have no problem with defending borders, defending shipping lanes, defending embassies. Okay? And if there's a legitimate war where an ally that we have a signed treaty with is clearly attacked, we have Congress to consider that. Correct. Congress gets to declare whether or not we're going to war.
And this goes with NATO as well.
But this police actions, why the fuck do we have troops in Namibia?
Yeah.
Why do we have troops in Namibia?
I have no idea.
Why do we have troops in Mongolia? Did you know that?
I had no idea.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy.
Okay.
And like this whole NATO thing, right? We've been flipping the bill.
80% of it.
80% of the bill for NATO for pretty much since its inception.
Yeah.
And they're laughing at us. And we keep writing the fucking check. We need to stop.
Some of those countries, like Denmark sent 7 soldiers to a NATO exercise.
Yeah.
7 soldiers. That's fuck. Who the fuck do you think you are?
Yeah. And like, that's
a lunch outing.
And listen, yes, the Israel thing is fucked. But in my opinion, we're actually getting the double boner from NATO.
Yeah.
And
the UN.
And the UN. Well, if you get rid of NATO, UN's gone. Because the United UN is, I mean, NATO is basically the fighting force for the United Nations. They'll implode. And guess what? Europe will be back at war like it has been for, I don't know, ever.
Yeah.
And why should we fucking flip the bill for that?
Yeah, this isn't a super chat, but it's worth repeating because it's funny. It's like we are Batman paying for the whole Justice League. Great comment. It's a great comment.
And if everyone in the Justice League, that motherfucker knew how to kill everybody.
Yeah.
He built a target folder on everyone in the Justice League, which I would do as well.
Always have a target folder.
Yeah, but
always do your workups.
Yeah, but just think about this. And that's $1,300 that the working American is paying per year for what's going on, the war in just Israel.
And it's all, like we've said, like through most of the show, this shit's been going on in the case of the Middle East and that region and the Levant for 6,000 years.
Correct.
6,000 years. Why are we even thinking about intervening in any of that?
Yep.
Not our pig, not our farm. Meanwhile, who's lobbying for Israel? Individual embassy government representatives from Israel, of course. Morris Amate, who is a historical figure who built AIPAC. Oh, yeah. AIPAC, looking at them, they're fun. Former U.S. lawmakers who've moved into pro-Israel advocacy roles, a fancy way of saying they were purchased. Prominent think tank directors at WINEP and JINSA who testified before Congress and brief staffers. This is a well-funded operation, people. And most of it comes from your tax dollars. Your tax dollars are being paid for Israel to lobby for more of your tax dollars.
Correct.
Government agencies, Israel Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Israel Ministry of Defense, U.S. State Department's Bureau of Near Eastern Affairs. Our own government is lobbying for this. How is that not a conflict of interest?
That's crazy.
Our government should be lobbying for our government, our people, and our country. Period. At no point should any office in the United States be lobbying for any foreign nation. I don't care if it's Krakistan.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I just did the math real quick here in regards to the $90 billion for Ukraine. Every United States citizen so far has paid $845 for that
in the last 4 years.
In the past 4 years.
That's
total.
The monkey off.
He made it.
It makes me want to drink.
This whole show is one big wants to drink.
Yes.
I didn't say the word as many times as I could have, because this would have just turned into an alcohol
frenzy,
alcohol-related incident.
Let's just say some people would be going Walt Disney.
Yeah, yep. This would have just been one big alcohol-related incident. Anyway, no shit, there we were, hip deep in soju caps. Government agencies, Israel Ministry of Foreign Affairs, went through that already. NGOs, hey, that's a lengthy list. AIPAC, big shock. Washington Institute for Near East Policy, which is called WINAP. Which is the Jewish National Security of America, and the Sabin Center for Middle East Policy at Brookings. These are think tanks producing pro-Israel policy analysts. Republican Jewish Coalition, PACs on the Republican and Democratic sides. Christians United for Israel, United Democracy Project, AIPAC's affiliated super PAC. AIPAC, PAC, and UDP spent nearly $126.9 million on the 23 to 24 federal election cycle. They're purchasing these things. Just so you understand, they're purchasing these things, but that money isn't going to you. Oh no, it's lining the pockets of politicians who push these things through. Foundation for Defense of Democracies, Hillel International Jewish Federation of North America, adjacent organizations engaged in related advocacy. Look, again, Pop and I said this several times during the show. I don't care if it's bullshitistan. I don't care if it's hot chickistan. This shit should not be happening. Your tax dollars should not be funding somebody else's fucking wars. It's really that simple.
Now, especially when we're $38 trillion in debt.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is ridiculous.
Yes.
All right. We need to, in my opinion, shut down this immigration shit.
Yes.
Right. We need to
human carpet bombing.
All of our industry that's been sent overseas, we need to bring it back here by just simply severing trade. Fuck you, eat a dick. Figure it out. We can do that easily. We can out-drill and out-produce oil in the entire globe right now. We should be doing that as well. All right. And then we should probably deal with some of the countries in South America and Cuba that are national security risks first.
You don't want shitbags for neighbors.
Yeah.
You don't want shitbags for neighbors.
NATO has done nothing but take our money, laugh in our face when we did need their aid or to use our own fucking bases and said in some of their countries they denied us. Pull the rug out. Done. World Health Organization. Done.
Yeah.
If America is looked upon as the villain of the fucking world, then we should just say, fuck you, pull all the rugs out, deal with it your fucking self, and just see how long it lasts.
Yep.
We need to fix this country. And having money go out the back door for shit like this by people who aren't even fucking elected, I have no idea how this is even allowed to take place.
Because this has been going on. We covered this. It started back in the 30s.
and nobody's talking about it.
And we've actually done shows on how we fucking got here.
Yeah, you won't cover it in the media or anything like that. It's like this is just fucked up, man.
Yeah, it's absolutely insane. So let's look at
Words are hard.
Words are hard. It's hard to word. I have all of these notes. If anybody wants all of this data to go through it themselves, I've got a PDF put together. I'll fucking just send you the whole PDF. It's got all the links and everything. Every single link. There's a whole page of that. Well, actually, there's like 3 pages of that. And then all of the notes as well. But how did we get here in the fucking first place? Let's start with Ukraine, which is the most recent one. The modest U.S. assistance to the Ukraine began after Ukraine's 1991 independence during the fall of the curtain. This was minor and non-military. The security assistance relationship in the modern sense began after Russia's 2014 annexation of Crimea and the invasion of the Donbass. Both of these, by the way, are historically Russian regions. I don't care what the Ukrainians say. Donbass and the Crimea are Russian. They're just Russian.
Yeah.
Okay. When the U.S. started providing non-lethal and then lethal military aid from 2017 on, including Javelin missiles. We like to give people Javelin missiles. Why is that? What's the
effective? A Javelin missile is anti-tank weapon that you
Tell
fire.
us a story, Pop.
You fire the Javelin missile, instead of hitting the armor straight on, it goes into the air and then attacks it from above.
Oh, I've seen that.
Yeah, it goes through the armor at the top of the tank. It's not that hot.
Is that the copper rod? Does it have a sabo?
No.
No.
It might. I'm not really up to speed on what it uses, but as an explosive package, I just know how it's delivered.
We got a briefing going into a country on their capabilities, and that particular country had the molten copper rod thingy, and we saw the tank strike where they had a goat inside the tank turret.
Yep.
And they hit it with the round, and the round punches a hole like this of molten copper, and there was like a ring of fur around them where the goat had been like sucked out.
Sucked out, yeah.
Yeah.
It's basically a platter charge, and yeah, they can build those things so effective they will go through the front armor of an M1 Abrams tank.
Fuck a duck. The front armor of an Abrams.
Yeah, I think that's the front armor of a M1 Abrams has the equivalent of 36 inches of steel. I don't think it's that much steel, but all of the
got the Chobham armor too.
The Chobham and synthetics, it's the equivalent of like 3 feet of steel, and it go right through that.
Wow,
that's what I was told, and
wow.
I've seen some reports on that.
Holy ass balls! Anyway, the massive scale you're familiar with today in Ukraine began with Russia's full-scale invasion in February 2022. Pop and I actually did a whole order of battle on that. We did a whole show on the Ukraine. We should pull that up and review that. The U.S. has approved roughly $175 billion in combined financial, military, and humanitarian aid just for Ukraine. $175 billion of your tax dollars are going to a country that has been fucking around for the last 1,400 years. Okay? That's how your government rolls. Your tax dollars, fuck you. We don't care what the prices are in the States. Who cares about inflation? We have to back this country that if it wins or loses, does not affect us in any way, shape, or form. Jordan began during the early Cold War period, and it predates Camp David. Sources diverge slightly on the exact year, but converge on the early to mid-1950s. One account states U.S. aid to Jordan began in 1951 as a geopolitical strategy to help Jordan absorb Palestinian refugees after Israel's 1948 creation. While on other sites, 1957, when Jordan began receiving U.S. and contemporary State Department archives, show active U.S. budgetary and military assistance to Jordan already flowing by 57. I can tell you right now, based on some stuff that I've seen, we have been giving Jordan aid off and on since World War I. Okay. A lot of aid during World War II, toward the end of World War II, and then after Israel was formed. I mentioned earlier that the Palestinians aren't really the Palestinians. A lot of the real Palestinians went into Jordan.
Hmm.
A lot of the real Palestinians were remnants of the Latin kingdoms. I briefly dated a girl. She was batshit crazy, but she had milk white skin, green eyes, and a big blonde mane. And she was from the city Tyre
Ooh.
in
Yeah.
the Levant, which is one of the oldest cities there is.
It was, and
It's
that's left over
absolutely
from the
Yeah.
Crusades.
Yes.
That genetic line is left over from the Crusades.
Many of those went to Jordan and were replaced by the Sniggers,
Mm-hmm.
which is a word that somebody came up with that I happen to like. The nomad tribesmen, the hill people, if you will. The people in Palestine are not the Palestinians. All those people are probably in Jordan by now. Anyway, I've got a cough for reasons unexplained. Egypt began as part of the Israeli peace framework. U.S. aid to Egypt began following September 1978 Camp David Accords, which established a framework later codified in the March 1979 Egypt-Israel Peace Treaty. Carter promised Sadat $1 billion a year in military aid as an incentive for accepting peace with Israel. Basically, they had to buy that peace with Israel. They had to purchase that peace with a lot of those countries over there. Israel is the earliest and longest running. Assistance dates back to the U.S. support for Israel's creation in 1948. That was, what's that guy's name? Martin Brandeis. Louis Brandeis. Look up Louis Brandeis and all of this shit here. With the first concrete financial commitment coming in January 1949, when the Export-Import Bank authorized $35 million in agricultural credit and earmarked an additional $65 million for infrastructure. The early aid was economic only. The military relationship began later in 1962. That's when we first gave them direct military aid, following President Kennedy's authorization of the first direct arms sale, which was Hawk missiles. Aid scaled up dramatically after the 1967 Six-Day War in the USS Liberty. And by 1968, military aid jumped from $7 million to $25 million, then to $1.15 billion for 1971 to 1973, and so on and so forth. There is a lot of raw data in here. The whole point of this was to show you how much of your tax dollars are going to a very short list of countries.
Yeah.
For them to fight their wars.
Now,
and our equipment.
Let me be the devil's advocate here, okay?
Go ahead.
All right.
No, you're wrong, asshole. What?
I've been to war.
Okay.
And when the war starts, there's always a very horrid learning curve that's paid for in blood.
And it's different every time.
Every time. Now, I could justify or at least get behind some of this spending if it's done to improve our own military and cut back on the amount of people who are going to go in body bags in the next war. I can justify it to an extent, but not $1,322 per person. Since, that $1,300 is basically since we started giving them money in like 1948. And that's money that wasn't adjusted for inflation as of today. So that number would probably be a lot higher if you adjust all of those for inflation and use today's equivalent. And I'll say it again. All right. I have nothing against Israel. I have lots of friends who are Jewish. I know all kinds of people. I've had former girlfriends who are Jewish. Not a big deal. But I'm American. And I'm tired of having the American people hoodwinked into paying for a holy war that's been going on for thousands of years. and it's
Just
not
want to
what
pay
they
for your
want.
wars. I don't want to pay for your wars.
That's right, and it doesn't look
That's
like
what it boils down to.
and it doesn't look like it's not going to come to an end anytime soon. I get it.
How
And,
did you just insert 3 double negatives into one sentence?
because I'm a grunt. What do you want from me?
Okay.
Also a dyslexicist.
Yes.
Also that.
But what I'm trying to say here is we need to get control of our purse strings, and we need to rein in this shadow government that's making these crazy decisions for us, because it's not going to go anywhere good.
Now, bear in mind, there are a lot of stab wounds in the United States that hemorrhage cash, okay? Tonight, we specifically focused on the military money.
Correct.
This is not about all of the cash being hemorrhaged. This is about this one particular item. There's a whole bunch of other ones. We may get around to doing shows on those. But tonight it's about why are we fighting other people's wars and financing them?
That's right. And
Yep.
we don't hate anybody. We don't want to see anybody die. We're
I
not.
hate a lot of people. I want to see a lot of people die.
No, we're not.
That's a different show
Calling,
entirely.
we're not calling for anyone to be killed or genocided or destroyed. I'm just sick and tired of us as American people being robbed, because that's what's happening.
I'd
And
like
a
to
lot
see a
of
lot of
times-
hangings up after proper judicial procedures.
Well, there's always that.
I could get behind
And
that.
after proper judicial procedures, I'm not into, doing anything, crazy. What I'm trying to say here is this: is you should probably pay attention to the budget every year. You should probably go. There's websites where you can look and see where shit's being spent. Get political. Start calling some of these idiots, and see if we can get some change. And guess what? If you can't run for goddamn office, we have other people in the regiment running for fucking office locally. A lot of them locally, but who knows? We need to get involved and take our fucking country back without bloodshed, of course. I mean,
You
I'm not-
no longer have a sit on the couch option.
Yeah.
The sit on the couch option has been taken from you.
correct.
You must become involved to some degree. Otherwise, you're going to either end up in a ditch or dying old and in probably a great deal of pain.
Nobody wants the last ride on that subway.
Mm-mm.
I myself am not taking that one, or the second to last. No. I'm
I
on
have
the
instructions
55 out.
to give Pop a cape and tell him he's Superman and push his wheelchair off the top of a building.
That would be awesome. Thank you.
Fly, Pop, fly.
It'll be fine.
Just don't worry about anything.
Remember that show, The Greatest American Hero, where he got the super suit and didn't have the instruction book?
That was pretty. I love that one.
Mm.
All right, let's do the super chats, Jimmy.
Ready?
Get it, Jimmy!
Oh, don't care what you gotta say. Whatever it is, it's probably lame. If you want some advice and need some help, oh, how about you go F yourself? Go no self, oh, F yourself.
All right. Also, I need to put this out because there's a lot of people here towards the end that weren't here in the beginning.
Mhm.
We have 2 more lives saved. So we'll be
Yes.
at 6:06 once we read those into the record. We would not be able to do this if it wasn't for your donations. So any little bit you send in goes a long way, and I want to thank you in advance. That's the primary reason for the show, is to pull people out of the valley of death using logic, reason, truth in comedy.
When
All
we say we do this on a shoestring budget, we fucking mean it, man.
Mhm.
Yeah. Oof.
Alrighty. Overall, on the YouTube side of things, it's a little light for every site tonight, but that's all right. It's kind of a dry topic and all that good shit.
It is a dry topic.
But it's an
Sorry about
important topic. It's an important topic that a lot of people need to pay attention to. We got 225 on the YouTube side, 170 likes over there. Now, somewhat all right. It's a little better than that. First one comes from Sean St. George on the YouTube sides for $4.99. Says, Dwarf, I know of someone saving their lives saved for the 666 number.
That's going to be a tough one, man.
Are you for real?
Wow.
That's painful, dude. Okay. Okay.
All right.
There you go. Got Cool Cat 5798 drop a 2 says, I'm very sad. I'm very sad. I need help. Sorry to rain on a parade. Hey man, if you guys know that if you know anybody in the
email us.
regiment, man, email us.
Yeah.
Reach out, brother.
No, that's literally what we're here for. Don't be sad. Don't be sorry about raining on anybody's parade.
Yep.
Rain is Lursa's favorite weather, so we're fine in the rain.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was I do commend you guys for giving a shout out to G-Ski here tonight. I learned just the other day of his passing from the cancer of the thinking meat.
Yeah,
that is what he was diagnosed with. Met up with him probably 4 years ago. He just happened to be rolling through my area, and I said, "Dude, let's go to the brewery. Let me get you a beer and get you a pizza." We sat down and bullshitted and drank for 2.5, 3 hours.
Wow,
fucking awesome dude, man. You know,
awesome, good shit.
Got a couple other stories that I'm not at liberty to discuss at this time about the man, but let's just say
that's fair.
Good man. All right, let's see. Sean St. George, he's got our last 2 in a row here on the YouTube side. $4.99 says, without prompt, the chat is already reaching out to the Cool Cat to help. You are the best chat. Fuck yeah. Thank you, guys.
Thanks.
Good deal.
Hell yeah. Like we said, regiment watchers over each other, man.
That's I mean, seriously, I'm not even kidding. That's what we're here for. Yep. These shows are just to give you something to do on a Tuesday night that doesn't involve something stupid.
And we'll tell you the truth.
Yeah, we're keeping you off the street.
Yep. We'll make you laugh, but we'll also make you drink.
I mean, let me ask the chat this. When's the last time on any of the big talking head news shows have they actually ever talked about total amount of money spent for various things and broke it down per person?
Done the math.
And they don't do the math.
We're the only show that does the math live.
Yep. We do the math. They do the meth and dicks.
Yeah.
Not inaccurate. Carry on.
Yep. Last one, Sean St. George, $4.99 says, we have initiated Article 5 of NATO more than once, all rejected. Imagine if a Europe NATO ally was attacked and we said, nah, mate, you don't need us.
Yeah, we're good.
United States, we need you. Nah, mate, I don't think you do.
No, we're good.
If you know that reference, you know.
Yep.
All right. Rumble, how we doing? 360 viewers, 136 likes.
Mm.
Do I be nice or do I be a dick?
That's a third. It's higher than a quarter. It was at a quarter for quite a while.
Kitty Hillary. Titty Hillary. Titty. Swamp Donkey Hillary.
Swamp Donkey Hillary.
Yeah.
Wow.
Nice.
All righty, let's see. First one from MX Stilgar, a.k.a. Jerry Conway, a.k.a. the man with the golden voice for 5, says, special request, Battle Dwarf. Please check email for special battle or subject Battle Dwarf. Please read this on air. 90-second read. Thank you in advance.
I don't see anything. Is it in the Redonkulous 12 email?
Stand by. It is in the Redonkulous 12, and I will mark it as unread.
Gmail.
Unfuck yourself.
Unfucking Gerald Conway, Battle Dwarf. Please read this on the air. You guys can't play the song on the stream because of copyright, but everyone, especially the young guys, should hear Political Science by Randy Newman in 1972. I actually know that song. Here's the lyrics. No one likes us. I don't know why. We may not be perfect, but heaven knows we try. But all around, even our old friends put us down. Let's drop the big one and see what happens. We give them money, but are they grateful? No, they're spiteful and they're hateful. They don't respect us, so let's surprise them. We'll drop the big one and pulverize them. Asia's crowded and Europe's too old. Africa's far too hot and Canada's too cold. South America stole our name. Let's drop the big one. There'll be no one left to blame us. We'll save Australia. Don't want to hurt no kangaroo. We'll build an all-American amusement park there. They got surfing too. Boom goes London and boom goes Paris. More room for you and more room for me. And every city the whole world round will be just another American town. How peaceful it will be. We'll set everybody free. You'll wear a Japanese kimono. You'll wear a Japanese kimono, babe, and there'll be Italian shoes for me. They all hate us anyhow, so let's drop the big one. Let's drop the big one now. That is, it's an old song.
Yep. And it's a good reason why I don't plan on running for office, because you give a button for the evil monkey to push.
Yeah.
Things will happen.
He's going to push the button.
Yeah, that's why you don't want me in political office.
No.
Also.
Yeah.
I'm not the guy for that.
Yeah, I can't do it either. I can't be insured for that kind of craziness.
And it's a good thing that if things were to come to that I know you, Dwarf, because you've told me, and it's bad.
All right, continue.
Hurry up!
And Two Gas here, dropping $1 says, Dwarf, if you want a Hilux you can import into the U.S., you need to start looking in Ireland.
I have heard that before.
Yeah,
I have heard that before.
It's a crazy expensive for a vehicle, man.
Yep.
Yeah.
And if you look into the history of why we can't import Hilux, it's called the chicken tax.
It also has to do with the fact that the Hilux actually works and doesn't require anything special.
And it's basic, and you can, if you have just a basic set of sockets and wrenches, you can fix it.
Right.
International House of Whoop-Ass coming in, dropping $1 says, I took a trip to the Caribbean, the DR. As soon as I got off the plane, I saw their soldiers with their ACUs and different types of boots, some black, some green. One guy wanted my summer boots.
Yeah.
Part 2, he says, he saw them, stopped me, asked why I was wearing them. I looked him up and down and laughed at him. He got mad and tried to charge me. I left him standing. I just walked away.
Well, to be honest with you, in my travels, I've been approached by soldiers in other armies who were willing to trade very valuable shit for some of the equipment that we had, i.e. boots. And I made some trades, man.
Yeah, I made a couple of trades as well.
Yeah.
I made a couple of
when
trades.
I was in Iraq, I had I'm trying to remember the badge. It says Death or Glory on it, and it was from the Charge of the Light Brigade, and it's on several of the standards for some of the cavalry units and armor units in England.
Is that the Green Jackets? Death or Glory sounds familiar.
I don't know about their dress stuff or anything like that, but
no, it's the name of the regiment.
Yeah, I traded some berets, some boots, and for all kinds of their swag, man. They had some top-notch swag. It was well worth it.
Gotta do what you gotta do, man. Sometimes you trade some boots and berets for some boots.
And listen, you haven't seen any. You're all familiar with Monty Python, right? We've all watched that.
Of course.
You sit in on an English operation order. It is fucking hilarious and terrifying at the same time.
A napkin with a fucking Sharpie. Yeah.
They're so blasé. I'm just like, wait, whoa. I'm used to the American op order, situation, mission, command and signal, service and support, and they go through the whole fucking thing. Nope. I'm like, you guys are going to get people killed.
Napkin and a Sharpie. Okay, mates, here's what we're going to do.
Right. Everybody understands what they're doing. Right. Let's crack on.
That's exactly. It was hilarious.
Mando dropping $1 says, Dwarf, Pop's processor has not been updated in a while. Any computer will fail without updates. By the way, we should visit Singing Pop. But you know what? We mentioned the Russians quite a bit here tonight. So you know what? How about some Russian Singing Pop? Haven't seen that one in a minute.
Я искал ее метро, но она ушла с другим. Мы не виделись давно, и теперь ей все равно. Но я не сдамся, нет, я горю, как неон во тьме. Пусть играет чужой сюжет, я останусь.
That's just weird.
It's weird, man. Raynard 69 dropping a buck says Muhammad was right the first time when he told Khadijah that he was being hunted by a demon. Further, amusingly, Quran says Bible and Torah were written on the same stone in heaven, despite contradiction.
Yeah, listen, man. All of them are crazy. Like you can literally follow the Old Testament, the New Testament, and justify all kinds of fucked up shit. And you can do the same thing with the Quran. The only problem we have is when we have somebody in America who's Christian and goes off the rail, we burn their compound down. That there's no control mechanism for Islam when it goes off the rail. So
yeah, I've got opinions. I won't state them.
Won't say them now.
Won't say them now. See, we got Idiot Grimlock dropping a buck says, I just want to hear Pop say, it's not the tuba in Schwarzenegger voice. That is all.
It's not the tumor.
Tomahawk dropping a buck says, everyone should have stopped paying taxes decades ago.
That's true.
Well, first of all, if you can account for where your tax dollars are being spent effectively, then yes, you need to stop paying them until they unfuck that whole thing.
Mhm.
And there's some stuff, like, I don't have a problem paying for stuff. I mean, I'm a grown ass man. I get it, but not for wars. I don't want nothing to do with.
I'm not paying for somebody else's shit. It's really that easy.
I'm not, like, if you're here illegally, you shouldn't get any tax dollars. Go fuck yourself.
Yep.
I'm sorry. You shouldn't be able to get a free medical care or none of that stuff.
If you emigrate here, you shouldn't get any tax dollars. Look, I knew people back in the day who tried to emigrate to Germany. You couldn't emigrate to Germany unless you had a sponsor, a job waiting for you, a minimum of $10,000 in your pocket to start with.
Or a marketable skill.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's reasonable.
Yeah.
Why would a country want somebody who's coming in to just leech off of them?
Because they want them to vote for them.
Totally reasonable.
Yep.
All right, Kara.
All right, we're going. That's another show.
Another show. 6-Day Barracuda dropping a buck says, remember, Gonzalo Lira had a Ukrainian wife. Remember when he did Coach Red Pill videos in his office?
Yes, he was on our show once.
Yeah.
And I believe he interviewed me once as well. He was a good motherfucker. And I'm really upset what happened to him.
Yep.
That was fucked up.
Very much so. Tomahawk dropping another buck says the U.S. national debt is now almost $40 trillion.
Correct.
And they're spending like no tomorrow. You have to wonder, maybe there is no tomorrow. What do they know that we don't?
I mean, there is that.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. When the airplane is going down and about ready to crash, you're supposed to put your own oxygen mask on before aiding others.
Correct. That's a really good one. I like that.
I mean, it's common sense. You can't help anyone when you're fucking dead.
All right, keep going. Keep going.
All right. New Vegas Badger dropping $50, so he gets one of our brand new We're Not Worthy videos here. How about some Downward Dave?
Let's flow. Follow me into Downward Dog. Thanks for the donation, buddy.
I will say he is rather flexible in that video. He just stands right up from Downward Dog.
Yeah, yeah.
Very good on him. All right. It says
I'm
Battle
a little
Dwarf.
weirded out. Yeah.
We all are. New Vegas Badger says Battle Dwarf. Didn't our government, proofreading bro, promise the former USSR that if they let themselves dissolve in the Warsaw Pact that they would not expand NATO?
I do believe that is correct. I do not have enough information off the top of my head to say for sure.
Yeah.
But I do recall a conversation to that effect.
Yeah, I'm not up to speed on that, so I can't talk to it.
There you go. We got a Bald Eagle with the range number with $10. That's a new name I haven't seen there. Says, hey Jimmy, I was wondering if I could contact you to ask some questions about what being a diesel mechanic is like. I can tell you, bro, it's not fun, but it's very fucking rewarding.
Send us an email, redonkulous12@gmail.com, and we'll forward it to him.
Yep. Pop will forward it to me. I'll get in touch with you, man, and I'll let you know about my 16 years experience.
And we will work it out.
Yep. Yeah, it's like I said, it's not fun, but it's fucking rewarding.
Yeah.
International House of Whoop Ass coming back says, "Hey, what's up, you guys? Take on what happened in Spain, and Netanyahu was saying that they will learn a lesson about those types of people, and how long it'll after Trump leaves for that to happen here.
It'll be almost instant.
It's already happened, bro.
All right, keep going.
Let's see. There's the duplicates of the Rumble chats. Of course, that's what happens. Rumble, please unfuck that. If you could, very much so, it would be appreciated.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. Scroll down. We got N2 Gas coming back. Says, Pop, can we hold number 666 open until someone specifically requests it? Well, I believe we already covered that. Sean St. George already has someone that wants that. No.
I understand it is what it is, but we're not doing that. You just send in your stuff and you get the number. If you just happen to be that guy, then you just happen to be that guy.
It is what it is. All right. Alucard, he wants Singing Pop, of course. Ask for something new, you bastard.
All right.
Here we go. Idiot Grimlock dropping 5 says, "Bring back the Blakester. Keep doing what you do."
Blakester will be back on Thursday.
Thursday.
Blake has a thriving business, so we cut him as much slack as possible because he is our 17th level wizard.
Yeah, and if we didn't run on a shoestring budget and we could afford to have him on full time, then that would be one thing. But we just can't.
No, but then again, we always do have him here in spirit. Where is the right button? Oh, I guess I got rid of it. Well, how about this one for you?
You are fined 1 homo suspicion point for violation of the Man Code Morality Statute.
Huh, of course.
Yeah. Like I said, Blake is always here in spirit, man.
Why not?
Yeah. Blake is not on more often simply because Blake has a thriving business and does very well for himself.
Yes, and he's spending time with his son and his family, which I'm totally 100% behind.
Yep, as everyone should be. And 2 Gas here dropping a buck says, "Dwarf, you can get a Mitsubishi licensed Jeeps from Japan with the diesel engine for not crazy money. Still needs to be 25 plus years old."
Interesting.
And funny thing about that, if it's that old, if you have any kind of used frying oil, all you have to do is filter it out and dump it in your tank, and you're good to go.
No
yes,
kidding.
your exhaust will smell like French fries or chicken nuggets or whatever you cooked in it.
I have heard of that before, but I didn't. I never thought past hearing about it.
Yep.
There's
There-
listen, I know what you're saying, but there are steps to making it.
Yeah, especially up in your guys' area, you got to put in the right additives and chemicals to make sure that it doesn't freeze over and gel up, because then you're really going to have a bad time.
Yeah, you'll break your motor.
Yep. But if it's just like a summer bebop around town vehicle and whatnot, use frying oil.
All right, continue on.
That'll be sold. All right, Alucard dropping $2. Sorry, Pop. You know what coming up next. Get ready to hear the sonic boom from him ripping the headphones off.
Come on, man.
Barn, we don't milk cows, we milk bats. Each plump beauty is hand squeezed, warm and fresh, straight into your glass. Creamy, clumpy, and impossible to put down. Folks can't get enough.
Pour me a tall one.
Looks like a vanilla smoothie with personality. That is silky, chunky, fantastic.
Oh, he exposed the toupee.
Ugh. I hate that one.
It'll get even worse.
Yeah.
All right, Alucard again. Don't worry, Pop. Says, I heard that Red Cross is having a donor shortage, looking for pure bloods. I wonder why.
You know what? I keep hearing that, but I'm not really, my sources are not showing. Listen, if you're getting official information from them, send it to us, redonkulous12gmail.com. We'll look into it.
Yeah.
Because right now, all I have is rumors.
Well, from what I've been seeing from the Red Cross and what's been going on in the European nations and whatnot, people that are trying to audit those welcoming and waving in the boat people, as I like to call them, they're part of the Red Cross. So maybe that's part of it, maybe not.
We know that's been going on. A lot of the ships are sponsored by agencies like the Red Cross and other equivalents across Europe.
Yep. And then you'll get the fat
This has been
womalos.
known for,
And then the fat womalos on the beach flipping the people off, trying to say, well, what are you doing? Yeah.
All right, next one. Let's go.
Moisture Patrol dropping $50 on us. Cheers, regiment. Always sad to hear of a brother's death. Yep. It is. But you know what?
Here's to you, G-Ski.
We drink and Pop will dance to it.
Thanks for the donation.
It's just weird.
God damn it.
That's just weird. I don't know what to do with that. And I have no idea what view of Detroit that would be.
No, and I can't dance like that. Yeah. No.
Yeah. That covers up the one more right here from N2 Gas. He's talking to Billy Von Baum. Can we please have a Battle Worms / Scorched Earth game themed video?
We also have a couple more on YouTube.
Yep, I'll see those. We got one more from Professor Blake Pooh Ass Blaster 3000 here. Says, hey, Pop, question. So did Ukraine become a testing ground for new weapons like assault weapons and many other weapons? Please sing and play.
Probably.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Well, drone warfare is now a thing. Prepare accordingly.
Yeah.
Look at me, I wanna be the captain of the sea.
About time.
The poop that came from me, I'd rather steer us to debauchery.
Careful what you ask for, video guy. Careful what you ask for.
Alrighty, jumping back to the YouTube side of things right quick, fast, and in a hurry here. We got Pete dropping $9.99, says, I traded a poncho that was ripped for a brand new one in Panama. Jungle Warfare School.
Yep. The poncho that he ripped was mine.
Oh, and what a dick.
We're all cleaning our equipment, and there was a brand new one on the clothesline. And he just, my poncho, takes it down, puts the ripped one up there, and we just walked off. Yeah, okay.
Nice.
Well, I mean, that soldier, he just has to de-exit. It's not like he had to pay for it or anything.
Right. It's still inconvenient.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, you're right, 100%.
Just strategically alternating equipment location.
We've done the same thing with boots, uniforms, helmets.
I can't remember the anagram that fat electrician uses. Strategically transported equipment to an alternative location. There it is. He's got that on his shirt. So shout out to the fat electrician and all those guys over there.
He makes great videos, man.
I'm still gonna try to get the ear or the little bug in their ear about to see if we can maybe have you on their show one of these days, maybe during a range day, because I know Pop would be very happy during a range day with those guys.
Well, it's like I don't have enough subscribers. I'm just small potatoes to those guys now.
Yeah, we'll still do it.
But let's put this into perspective. If I was a tier 1 operator and I had, was a sniper and I shot 600 people, I would have a movie and a book deal.
Yes, I have thought about that several times. I'm like, how is this whole thing not, why isn't Pop?
Yeah, I know. And here's another thing.
You would be a legend if you had smoked 606 people.
Yeah. But the thing, I'm up against an adversary that it avoids all your senses. It only shows up like in the dark of night, when you're all by yourself and those voices start going. That's the only time it's there. It's fucking weird.
Yep.
One day there will be a movie about the popster. There will be.
Only if Mel Gibson makes it. He's the only one I would trust.
I'm working on it. Speaking of stuff related to the show, I may have some really cool guests coming along. I'm not going to pop names just yet because they're not locked in. But much like we managed to deliver on the legendary rooftop Korean himself, we may have some pretty cool people coming on.
All right, next one, Jimmy.
All right, back to the YouTube side. I'm sure there's some sneaky bastards on the Rumble. We'll get to you guys here in a moment. We got Cologne Killer drop a 20. Says, hey Papa Dwarf. There are several imams proclaiming this country now belongs to the Muslims. They are also saying that if we don't like it, we can go to hell. How much longer does this need to continue? Enough.
I'm actually from hell, so we're going to have that discussion, and you're not going to like the answer.
Probably going to be a Rumble exclusive discussion.
Yeah, we also got another one on YouTube from the Pete Meyer.
Yep, another one from Pete.
Hey, Pete.
Says, inconvenient battle dwarf. Not for me.
All right. That's fair.
There you go. All right. Let me see here. Sneaky bastards on the Rumble side. Yep. Got N2Gas says, Jimmy, I did the fry oil thing with a Volkswagen and a Mercedes. Please take my word for it. Go through the trouble. Make biodiesel first. Yes. It is. You literally can just filter out all of the fragments and bullshit that comes up with your cooking oil and dump it straight into your tank with your little diesel truck or Volkswagen or whatever. But do take the steps to treat it, cycle it, and do whatever. And you basically got free fuel. You can go to your McDonald's and say, hey, you guys got any used grease? They'll give it to you if they're cool and whatnot. If not, whatever. But yeah, go to your local restaurants. If you got a little Volkswagen, little Mercedes, like what N2 Gas just said, yeah. And it's summertime, pushing autumn. All you got to do is filter out all the chunks, throw it in your tank, and start her up, and you're good to go.
All right, next one.
Let's see here. I got Tomahawk says, sneaky like an accountant at the Pentagon.
Yeah, God. Those are some sneaky motherfuckers, aren't they?
Yep. All right. That covers the sneaky bastards over there. Anything over on the MGTOW side? Yep. I got one from MGTOW Ronan. Dropping 3 says, evening, gents. Kami Zoran pitching his plan for 8 government grocery stores in NYC by marking down essential grocery stores 30%.
Oh, fuck that guy.
This will crash the bodegas in NYC, but can grocery distributors refuse to stock these communist stores if they can't get profit? Would anyone be able to sell products to someone with a bad, unprofitable business model? Can the state of New York force grocery distributors to play ball?
No,
I think Mamdani is making a mistake. There are several mafias in New York. I think he is going to overstep himself in some of those neighborhoods, and there is going to be a response of some kind.
So we might get a Mondami Hoffa.
It's not out of the question. These guys are known for dealing with their business. Okay, that's all I'm saying.
All right, I got.
That's all I'm saying.
Yep. Go ahead and bring those up there, Popster. We got 5 over on the Odyssey side of things, and they had 25 on the Twatter Sphere.
All right, I got 50 from Crunch Muncher, and it says 666 should get the Bad Pop Challenge coin. Ooh.
Oh yeah.
Well, he gets one of these for that.
Thanks for your support.
We got 50 from HKC saying Bolsheviks. All right.
Yep.
Let's do the Korea Shuffle. Woo, yeah.
Thanks for the donation.
We got 30 from Susie McCarley.
Hey, Suze.
It says not enough menagerie on Earth for this one. You're correct.
Yeah. It's a true story.
We got $3 from Boss. We have troops in Wakanda.
Yeah.
All right. We got 25 from Rural Man Life. Well done on 601 to 606 saved. Excellent topics. Thank you. And let's see. Boss for $2. Pop saying paying the dumbass tax.
I mean, you're not wrong.
You're not wrong. Now, we traded 1 for 2. We lost a guy and we gained 2 guys.
Look, we all check out. Everybody checks out. Everybody here tonight at some point is going to check out. It's my personal belief you're born with a stamp on your ass, and that's the amount of time you get.
That's it.
Not a minute less, not a minute more.
For all we know, Darren made his loop around the universe. He came back, picked up G-Ski, and he's like, let me take you on an adventure.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
So, G-Ski, love you, brother. No homo.
Yep.
Save a spot at that table in Valhalla for me and Pop and everybody else, and see you then, brother.
Yeah, man. But yeah, again, we do this to save lives.
Yes.
And here's the crazy part. Is I have been thinking back on what set me on this crazy fucking mission. And the universe swapped out one guy for me. And then I had to run that dude's funeral. And then I basically walked out of the valley of death. And if I was like anyone else, I could have said, looked down in there and said, fuck those guys, and threw a hand grenade over my shoulder and moved on. But I think the universe knew exactly what was going to happen. That I was going to walk my ass right back in there and start dragging people out. And that's exactly what I've been doing since 2008. And there could be so many more people I could pull out of there if I could just get the chains cut. If I can just be let off the fucking chain and get this in front of the half the fucking population of the planet, all of the men,
mm-hmm.
I can rack them and stack them. And that's what we're trying to do. So again, if you're on Rumble, share this out on your channel. Share this channel in videos with any of your friends or family or dudes you come across. If somebody's going through a hard time, just go, hey, I know a comedian who talks about shit like this all the time. Here's redonkulous.com.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, it was actually quite funny. I got the Facebook invite to my buddy's wedding reception last Saturday. Unfortunately, I was incapacitated at the time, couldn't make it. And I would have loved to meet up with them because 2 of my buddies are married. One I know has 1 kid. The other, not married, but he's got 2 kids, still with the same chick he's been on and off with since high school, but they've been together for a long fucking time. I would love to see their reaction of me being a part of this. It would explain a lot, but then again, I'm just here to push buttons, read your super chats, crack some jokes, and be along for the ride, man.
Well, we're glad to have you, man.
It's all good. It's all good.
Was that a party foul there, Dwarf?
That was not technically a party foul. I dropped an inert 50 cal round. Which happens to also be my bottle opener. Thanks from Flip to Bunny.
Nice.
So, he sent me an inert 50 cal bottle opener, which I'm kind of fond of, and it gets used during the show. And I just dropped it because I was Oh, dicking around. Why do I have a 50 cal round? Says Ridiculous Cheese. Why do you not have 50 cal rounds?
Now, what's wrong with you?
Because I don't have a
God.
Oh man. All right, I think that does it for everything here for tonight. Let me do one more quick run through. Not like on Pops X.
Hey.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
But it does look like that does cover everything for the night. Rumble is all good. No more sneaky bastards over there. And MGTOW is all caught up. So, gentlemen, we're ready for our final words. We're going to start with the one and only Battle Dwarf in his Battle Dwarf basement.
Jeeves doesn't have any 50 cal rounds because he lives in Canada. That's so sad. Boo-hoo. Seriously, what Pop said about being pulled back into this, I have been pulled into. I was pulled into this initially and then pulled back into this later on. And I keep being, they pull me back in. This is like, I am kind of feel like Pop talked about. I feel called to do this shit because I think there's a lot of work to be done. And I think there's a lot of guys out there that need the help. And honest to God, I can just go fucking take care of my house and my chickens. I don't have to do this, but I need to do this. And that's why I'm here.
Amen.
Yep. That's kind of exactly how I feel. I mean, there was the one day I asked, how can I help? Here I am.
You sucker!
Yep. First Sarge, he needs a volunteer. What can I do? Okay, you.
We got a job for you.
Oh, voluntold.
Voluntold. All right, Popster, you know what time it is.
All right, everybody. Don't drink and drive. Don't drink and swim. It's not going to work out for you. If you absolutely must fornicate, wear a condom, take it with you, or flush it down the toilet. Because child support does last 18 to 21 years, and there's a lot of sneaky bitches out there. All right, now you need to roll deep. You need to rack up, pack up, and stack up. And in today's day and age, you need to train like everyone hates you because they do. Maintain your situational awareness because if you're going to be attacked, something in the environment will have changed. It's up to you to see it. And last but not least, I'm sick and tired of throwing you dudes into the dirt because you're taking a permanent solution to a temporary problem. You need to play the long game, goddammit. You have no idea what the future holds for you, and it could literally change on a dime. You need to stay in the fight. And if everything else fails, just live out of motherfucking spite. And always remember, Uncle Pop is here cheering for you, for all of your victories, even the ones you can never tell anyone about. Boom, beer me.
There you go. You guys heard it right straight from the first sergeant. You hear it every single time we do a stream. And of course, every time we do a stream, you got to hear it from me. Get your asses over to the merch store. There may or may not be some ideas in the cooking pot.
What are you doing, Jimmy? That's my screen. There you go.
Yeah, you got to reshare your
shoestring budget.
Go do it.
Budget.
There it is.
Go. There it is. Get your asses over to the merch store, and get some.
I got to get a chook. I need to go get a chook.
Get you some merch that is identifiable. So, if or when the two-way rifle range does start on our home soil,
here's the original Happy helmet.
You will be able to be notified, and you are a friendly. And if you are friendly, guess what? Bolsheviks! We'll pour you a drink and all that good stuff and all that good shit.
All right.
As for final words for me, I got nothing. Just don't elect this monkey to be evil or push the button because I am evil.
He will push the button.
And I see big red button. I push big red button.
Yeah, true story.
Just like I'm going to push this button, and we'll see you on Thursday.
All right.
Take it easy.